Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast. Me host Imperial Dane, and it is a Monday novice fight, so expect some novice fighting right here in the Minsk pocket. We shall be watching Blizstolmnik fighting for the Germans up here north, fighting for the SS Panzerbrigade Gross for Germany with Jäger Infantry, Assault Support and Spearhead versus Nkemdirik fighting for the Soviet Union and for the 312th Rifle Division, with he's going straight on for counter-attack tactics. So that should be interesting. Back to Blizstolmnik with numerous pioneers. The Grenadier squad quickly following up, so he's intending here to grab some territory early on. Interesting enough, not making a dash here for fuel, that is having one point here and then already having another pioneer squad going here, but instead spreading out here towards the right flank. Pioneers moving through this abandoned base filled with Opel Blitzers, standing about achieving nothing. Interesting. I'm noting an early special rifle command for Nkemdirik. There, units moving up here towards the right hand side, some combat engineers. This and an MG42 so far, a bit lacking infantry. Pioneers not doing anything for the fuel, instead going west, so he's actually splitting up pretty aggressively with the lack of infantry. Now that's dangerous, that's also a bit problematic in terms of unit composition. You might be asking, well, why is that? Well, the problem is usually if you go for such a start here with numerous pioneers, you're hoping to grab as much territory and hold it. The problem is right now he's spreading himself up, but he's also got units that are not really good at holding it. So in that regard, now he's trying to hold too much and not having sufficient resources to hold any of it. And in particular, the problem here, and of course he doesn't know yet, is of course he's going up a special rifle command, which would be really good at breaking through this kind of thing. So there are definitely some problems. In particular, scout cars arrive. In fact, he's getting a second MG42 right now, so there's definitely a clear defensive mindset going on. Again, that's more one of those I'd call a novice mindset. Sending MG42 already here by the fuel point, covering against any direct advances there. Going to securing point here. Getting points. I mean, so far he's actually grabbing a chunk, quite a chunk of the map, but at the same time, I mean, there's still ever potential of something going wrong. So of course, have to see how this evolves. Heckenschützen moving up there with Scott Mosenegant and regular Mosenegant in hand. Grenadiers moving in. MG42 following up. Not going to get sniped anytime soon here from behind the fences. Heinz went down. Pioneers moving in. MV42 setting up here, almost within range of support. Pioneers flanking in. The sniper shoots away, and there we go. Grenadier down. Conscript getting suppressed. Pioneers flanking in. They should go for the snipers. Get the snipers. They escape. Pioneers, they get the drop on the combat engineers on the right hand side so far, seemingly reasonably good. Grenadiers though being left here to take point. Should definitely retreat sooner than later. Also a bit of manpower being floated here, should definitely consider getting some infantry up, or should already now consider going for something like, say, a scout car to help deal with this, because by now he should know there's a special rifle command out, which of course might mean scout cars on top of everything. We have seen those some penal troops out, the Strafniki. Point there secured. Holding a point hand before just happen to cover this area while the pioneers secure it. And there we go, the M3A1 scout car. One of many vehicles sent to them by the Americans via Lend-Lease. Pioneer down, shot in the gut.
We have a mortar team available for,
and he's actually leaving the MG42 behind. That's a bit dangerous. Again, you know, one thing I'd never recommend is leaving MG42 alone. And again, in fact, I made a video specifically pointing out how not to use an MG42. This would definitely fall on us, and consider again, since we've got Pino 2s now, we've got a scout car here with snipers again. This MG42 is very much exposed. And there we go, moving in. Sniper misses though. Anyway, it's going to drive up point blank here. MG42 retreat. Come on, Blizstolmnik. Rückzug. Get the devil out of there. He's losing men left and right, and now he retreats. He really should retreat at the first side of this, but actually for some bizarre reason decided to hang on. Thus, within the first not even 5 minutes of the game, handing over an MG42 to his opponent. And our second scout cars are out here. Nkemdirik nearly going for some mechanized play down the MG42. We've got a mortar point again. Very little infantry. Pioneers getting sniped. Point here secured. He's got plenty of munitions. He could lay down some S-mines to cover some of this. That would be an idea. And again, you know, he's got 2 scout cars on the way. He knows he's got them coming, yet he's still hanging up and having to sort of hold them off. Nice hit there here, but the mortar actually did some damage, killed a few of the occupants, but even then, I mean, he really can't hang around for much longer. Not with 2 scout cars, this kind of firepower is rolling in. And there we go, fine retreating. He's got an assault support, by the way. He has teched up, but we're not seeing any buildings. There's certainly been no attempt at getting a scout car, which otherwise, I mean, had he predicted this correctly, could have locked this down with ease. I mean, a single scout car with an autocannon could have wrecked these, possibly even gotten the snipers, and possibly even gotten this penal tube. So in that regard, you know, so far, Blizstolmnik is not playing really strong. At the same time, though, Nkemdirik should be careful, because again, in some regards, you know, he's playing a very open game. He's playing a game where there's not really much leeway for him to make mistakes, so his opponent to actually figure out what he's doing and counter it pretty hard with a scout car. Again, if that happens, I mean, that could very easily be GG, because, I mean, amongst other things, again, very light on infantry. I mean, it's a bit of a risky play he's got going. Again, he's a bit lucky he got the MG42. Also, no S-mines, really. I mean, you got tons of munitions. That could easily have been a great spot for some S-mines, luring in some poor, unsuspecting Soviets and blowing them to bits with some Sprengminen. Well, there we go. Light Mechanized Company is up. Make use of it. And normally, I mean, nowadays, anyways, you'd usually see them go for some sort of guard stock, since they'll have the guard team to sort of cover against scout cars. Because again, right now, again, this is really the #1 huge weakness of the current playstyle he's got going again. That is a German 222 appears and begins to through. Instead, no, he's going for a half track. He's going for a Mittler Schützenpanzerwagen. Also, Pioneers ranging about 2-5 getting wiped out. Then he's bringing the light machine gun. More times going in, but really a Mittler Schützenpanzerwagen. I don't really think you need a... If that is, he's going for a Flammpanzerwagen. That's not really what he's needed right now. He needs something to quickly hunt down the scout cars. And the Flammpanzerwagen team is going to cut also the MG42, sitting up far too close to the front line. And again, another one mistake here again. You can't shoot and move with the MG42 up close. You should really just distance, you know, it properly and just fire away. Panzerfaust are going after the scout car. Slight mistake here. Penal troops getting out there. Scout car light going to go down. Mortars falling out. Grenadiers in trouble. Overall, rather a bit of a mixed bag. Main gun destroyed those. Wiped out. Penal troops just need to retreat. And to charge. Rückzug. Get some more out of there. Somehow they got out. Grenadiers need to retreat as well. Get them out of there. That was dangerous. And he's in fact going for a Flammpanzer. I mean, again, I really can't help but currently feel that's a bit of a daft move. And this one's just weird. Just stuffing his buildings up and you not even take the point first. But really, again, just note the amount of losses you've taken here, Mr. Blizstolmnik. And again, you know, there's not really any sort of an actual solutions in sight here to sort of deal with what he's having brought against him by Nkemdirik. And we're now seeing shock troops around. Well, the Flammpanzer can help a bit, but also interesting enough, why did he not try and hunt down this one? Which again, we could have cooked the snipers inside it alive. Turning into a scout car to a portable cook pot. So there are definitely a lot of questions there. Already veterans have won on the snipers, by the way. And again, rather sad, some S-mines here could really, you know, hamper the advance with these conscripts, hurt them and forced Mr. Nkemdirik to get some more things. And now, in fact, we're seeing taking up. Still nothing that could seriously put a stop to the scout car with a sniper. Really? I mean, the only thing he's got that could really, you know, consider it to be a bit careful is the mortar. But even then, not really at this stage. I'm a bit worried. Usually you'd still see, you know, something like a scout car out with auto cannons when you got that many scout cars out, and then there's the first 2 there. But for some reason, Blizstolmnik rather seems to be playing a completely different game in his head a bit. Panzers just need to retreat. Shock troops actually end up being the machine problem because they hear the advance of the Flammpanzerwagen. No use of Stockton so far, no artillery field officer, which could have helped a bit with concentrated fire as well. Kind Panzer up their Kanone, which also help taking down the scout car. I mean, there's a lot of things here which just don't seem to be happening. And advancing with his support weapons first. I mean, there seems to be absolutely no method to his madness. He just moves units out in the hall. There's no formation, there's no infantry in the way in front of the support weapons. I mean, come on, Blizstolmnik.
Germany now holds the victory point.
Scout car finally getting a move on him. He could easily have been pushing much harder. It's punch, and he didn't even reinforce the Panzergunners with the Flampanzerbombs out there. Now he's just driving it straight into the opponent's horde. I mean, really poor usage of his unit so far. Depressing mortar rounds going in there. Burning over the Flampanzerbombs. He could easily end up losing it right here, but no. Looks like for some reason Nkemdirik actually loses heart and retreats. Panzer getting attacked by shock troopers, sniper, scout car following up. Panzer need to retreat. Rückzug, a bun grenade in the way. Nicely done there. Almost wipes out the entire unit, leaves numerous shock troopers dead in the dust. MD42 remains here, ensuring that no fascists come up here to the point where they have absolutely no reason to go, because, you know, there's no reason to be there. Comrades, this is the perfect plan to ensure that we don't get caught up in a war. Anyways. I mean, it's a nice idea to try and catch this, of course, in the mortar. I mean, at the very least, you know, depending on the map, we can actually force him a bit cautious, but at the same time, he's not really got a lot to cover the flanks in. He's severely lacking infantry, severely lacking something. Like clear. Panzerfaust, there we go. Now would be a nice idea to follow up with something, but again, he doesn't really have the possibility of doing so.
They are not real combat engineers.
And of course, we've got engineers working up closely there with the scout car. Flampanzerwagen could rush in now, in which case he should do so fast. Point there being secured. Come on, get that Flampanzerwagen going. Blizstolmnik for Deutschland. Something. Scout car almost repaired. Can the Flampanzerwagen get there in time? Just keep pursuing, don't stop up, why are you stopping up there? Now get away. Come on, Blizstolmnik. And of course, at the same time, he didn't think about changing the MD42 to cover the front. So of course, you quickly see here that Nkemdirik follows up with a full infantry assault. Bankrupt line against the medic bunker. Now he finally gets around to taking that victory point there with the MGs. Flampanzerwagen rolls up. And then he stops up right in front of it, giving him time to escape. Come on, Blizstolmnik. And a move for a heavy panzer corps, spending a lot of resources towards that. I suppose that could work out. At the current moment, a Sturmpanzer 4 would certainly be a good choice, but able to punish severely the infantry Nkemdirik has, and even put a bit of a threat there to this. Again, a lack of infantry, a lack of any sort of field presence once more allows Nkemdirik to push forward pretty aggressively. Mechanized armor company up for Nkemdirik. Heavy Panzer Corps is bereit. Flampanzerwagen going to hit in the flank. Panzergroups holding up. German infantry advancing up to the front. Flampanzerwagen burning away. Veterancy 1, yeah. Set up the MG42. Grenadier stopping up. Shoot. No, don't keep moving. Just stop up and let the light machine gun fire for once. Flampanzerwagen abandoned. Quick recruit.
We are losing supplies to the
going for the point there. Sniper scout car pushing through up there. Flank exposed. Why aren't you recruiting the Flampanzerwagen? Going for the victory point. Penal 2 coming up with a flamethrower in hand. Point up far west, getting secured by another Pioneer squad. MG42 not pointing in the right direction in the first place. Bun grenade goes off. Scout car just charging in straight between everything. Grenadier not there to support. Again, why didn't he recruit that Flampanzerwagen? Why on earth did he not do it? He might even risk it handing it over to his opponent. And send the armor-piercing rounds that should have been up there a lot earlier. Doing something, I suppose. And a KV-1 is not available here for Nkemdirik. MG42 might also be lost. There we go. The veteran 2 got lost. KV-1 arrives. Nothing going on in the base. Just a huge series of losses to Blizstolmnik. He's got the victory point, so that's really all he's got at the moment.
Tell us what you need.
Trying to hunt down the scout can again. Another use of overdrive. That's nice there from Nkemdirik. KB1 advances.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
So in the primary heavy Soviet tank for larger parts of the war until the IS-2 could arrive. And even then it served in some variants, including with the KV-85, which had a bigger gun and a slightly different turret. Panzerkampfwagen 5, called in for Blizstolmnik.
Our points have fallen to 300.
It's going to help against the KV-1, and I suppose if you can catch the scout car that as well, but it's going to be even a bit, you know, again, unguarded versus infantry. Again, the infantry is really the primary issue at the moment. A Sturmpanzer 4 would like to be in the better choice, and still would always been able to put a threat here to the KV-1, but apparently the Panther is what he wants, so he gets a Panther. First shot there bounces off the KV-1's thick frontal armour. Another shot bounces here, that's a bit unfortunate. Shot penetrates the rear of the Panther, there we go. Shot goes through on the KV-1. Panther does not pursue. What are you thinking, Blizstolmnik? You're letting KV-1 get away. Ach, scheiß.
They've opened up on us.
KV-1 pull back, need a bit of repairs. Scout cars once more getting repaired. Veteran 2, by the way, which increases lethality by quite a bit. SU-76 is our choice right now, if it so wants to go for it.
Enemy fire! The sector is at risk.
Not sure why sending in the Pioneers blindly like that, and again, not sure why he's not pushing with the Panther when he's got a chance. Come on, Blizstolmnik.
We have an isolated sector.
And there we go, first reacting now there. K1 getting a shot through the Panther's frontal armour. Panther gets off one in return. Conscripts roaring in. Panther forced retreat there to avoid anti-tank grenades. Panther is covering. Oh, losing out the conscripts there. Retreat. A bit of a battle to charge straight to the Panther. Going to deal with the MD-42 to President. Mortifying rank grenades nearby. How about getting up to support? Unterstützung, come on. Sniper scout coming in for the victory point. Now's the time to push forward the Panther again. At least get repaired something. Come on, Blizstolmnik. Point hanging about here, and SU-76 now on the way, in fact, for Nkemdirik. And looks like a strafing run is on the way. First sign of him actually using this doctrine. Heading down a lot of troops. Will the Panther advance in the wake of this, or is this just going to be a wasted strafing run? I mean, why use it if you're not going to attack during it? I mean, that's just 120 munitions out the window. Good lord. And there he goes, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 finally advances. Deutschland, and advances a few meters. Clearly not the most sellers of German commanders we're dealing with here. You know, despite having a Panther, he seems to be extremely cautious with it. Apparently thinking he's got himself a T-34 or some such. And not even bothering to repair it. I mean, come on, Blizstolmnik. Make an effort. SU-76 MS assault gun moving in. Very common light assault gun meant for infantry support here for the Soviets. Have pretty much the same gun as the K1 and the T-34, by the way, and certainly also front missile artillery. Panthers need to be careful. Good use, by the way, of the barrage ability. Does quite a bit of damage here. In fact, almost gains veteran one just blasting up these veterans of Panzer Grenadiere. Splendid work there. Massive push up here with nothing to respond to it. I mean, a Sturmpanzer again could easily, you know, bog down this thing and just wipe out so much infantry. But again, you know, barely anything being done here. Tons of resources floating. Panthers actually getting repaired, but again, no response to this massive advance up the left flank. Losing territory left and right, and again, he's just sitting there utterly passively. Another SN6 on the way, and watch this, he's sending in a Panther with infantry support, I hope. Another strafing run. Infantry seems to be moving in, actually reacting. Good, good. Ooh, might he get the scout car? No, he hears it, pulls back. Good job there, good paying attention. full retreat there. A good use of overdrive there to keep everything alive. Soviet armor on the move. Pioneers following up on the Panther. And Grenadiers seem to be winning the fight over here. Good, good. But meanwhile, still advancing from Narmont. Perhaps waiting for the second one. And there we go. Exposed position in the center. Panther needs to get back. Come on, Blizstolmnik. And time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is... Well, Blizstolmnik so far is actually leading in terms of damage. At the same time, kills is pretty much equal, which doesn't really bode well for Blizstolmnik in some regards. So it doesn't paint the happiest of pictures. And overall, I mean, currently though, for Nkemdirik, I mean, he's a bit back in territory. On the other hand, he's definitely got the armor advantage, he's got the unit advantage. His opponent to this does have a Panther, which is big, but he does have, at the same time, a lot more volume of fire. He's got this heavy tank, he's got two 76s backing up, meaning he can actually lay down an impressive amount of firepower and also absorb considerably much thanks to the KV-1. And of course, the S76 can also clearly clear out any infantry positions. With the bad artillery in that regard, it actually gives him quite a bit of a potent force. And of course, within the advantage as well, he can sort of pressure across all the map, and certainly this scout cover, the sniping, it also provides him with a nice element of harassment and pressure by basically driving around, sniping away, doing a bunch of damage. And again, you know, the inability for Blizstolmnik to actually deal with this is not really impressive. In particular, since again, I mean, it was a rather risky game there. Nkemdirik went in the early game, and again, a scout car could easily lock down this lit and left Nkemdirik a lot weaker by this point. But again, Blizstolmnik seems to be playing some rather peculiar game in his head. Would rather seem to be one's impressions, and again, you know, we are so far seeing nothing that really is meant towards the enemy's infantry. But for Nkemdirik, it's about keeping up the pressure, it's about keeping his armor sort of together, trying to overwhelm the Panther one by one if there any more appears. Setting up some mines would definitely also be a good idea though. And all I should know, keep the SS-76s behind the K1, let the K1 take the damage, let the SS-76s deal it. As for Blizstolmnik, he's getting a second Panther. I mean, again, I'm really not sure what he's thinking here. I mean, Panthers, again, you know, are alright against infantry due to the machine guns they can all lay down, but again, they're not the best. And really, considering the severe infantry presence here from his opponent, you know, throughout most of the match, again, you know, I'm surprised he didn't go straight for Sturmpanzer, would give one to support the Panther. Instead, he's getting two Panthers, which will really, again, allow Nkemdirik to sort of further push his infantry advantage, which is not really good. Again, he wants something to punish it. Either Sturmpanzer 4 or a Panzer F would also work alright, but I think a Sturmpanzer 4 would be better since it would also help him against the armor. Again, you know, does a bit, then would certainly be able to take on the Su-76M. So, not sure what he is thinking right there, and it's certainly a bit disheartening. Also, he could consider getting an officer, boost his troops better here and there, or an orbital blitz to get him more resources. I mean, there are tons of options, but sadly he seems to be ignoring them all, and again, going for some sort of idea where, you know, again, Panthers rule everything, and again, you know, they're good, but they're not that good, in particular not in the hands of a novice, who again, doesn't seem to be playing everything to his full advantage. I mean, there are definitely some problems going on here, and now they're currently parked in the flowers. But let's see if we can somehow turn this around. MG42 getting blasted, K1 turning in, and there we go, another MG42 lost to the Soviets. Panther finally reacting. Shock to his one change to the veteran of the Grenadier here, firing in, strafing them, pins them down, forcing them to retreat. Panzerkampfwagen moves in. Could get off a nice flanking shot there on the K1. There we go, there we go. Su-76 number 2 moving in. And there we go, gets a penetrating shot there on the Panther. Panther needs to pull back a bit. In fact, it's exposing its sides a bit much here to the Su-76s. Another shot gets through, and again, you know, you might always, but again, with the rate of fire the Su-76s possessing and the ability for K1 to absorb damage, I mean, you certainly got a nice combination there. The Pioneers just pull it back, Blitz out of there, Blitz, 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 don't slug it out. And again, right there, we saw, you know, the lethality of an Su-76 combo with something else to absorb the damage for them. I mean, that Panther actually went surprisingly down quickly. Again, it doesn't have that much health like Tiger. Its only real advantage, again, is its frontal armor, its speed, and its gun. But again, it can't really resist that many shots. And again, you know, again, if you hit it with enough damage, I mean, again, your shots, I mean, it's going to go down again. That's what happened here. Quantity versus quality. In this case, quantity won out. And the thing is, he could also quickly pull it out of there, but again, he didn't. I mean, Blizstolmnik again keeps on making a lot of bloody curious mistakes. At least disheartening ones.
Our machine gun turret. We are losing a sector. Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Pioneers are running the gauntlet.
Panzer here. Taken it.
Panthers slowly advancing, encountering conscripts. Firing away with all 3 machine guns.
Enemy forces are securing
Getting a few kills there with machine guns. Suddenly making down the conscripts a bit.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
And a Panzerabwehrkanone finally arrives as well. Huzzah. But at the same time might be in the category now of too little too late. Conscripts all firing in.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
SU-76's return. And this thing pretty much will serve us throughout the entire war. Pretty much supporting them at all places. And again, not very strong armor, not very well armored, but again, the trick about them was numbers and the fact that they could shoot up tanks or riding against fires artillery. Very fond of the strafing runs, but not necessarily always of getting the most out of them. Panther advancing, the SU-76 in fact are exposed. He pulls in the Panther now, but again, you know, very passive play. Very passive play from Blizstolmnik.
Enemy engaging! We are losing a sector. Taking fire!
Not going to move in the Panther again, he doesn't have a Sturmpanzer 4 to clear this out quickly. More Panzer Grenadiers, so infantry clearing out the left flank, shock troops and penal troops, lovely, lovely. They could have pushed harder, I think, for some time sooner. SS-86 moving up again, will there be barrages? KV-1 also moving up. No response from the Panther. There we go though. Finally the high velocity 75mm guns having some light there penetrating the armour. Panzers need to retreat.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Not really getting much out of those Panthers, nor the Panzerabwehrkanone. Good use of the SN6s here, blowing up the German front lines, forcing them back. And then again, very little activity from Blizstolmnik. They're having a hard time actually dealing with most of what is going on currently, and a bit of aerial reconnaissance, constantly keeping track of what his opponent is doing. Good job there. Losing the left flank, again, very little response from Blizstolmnik.
Stuka's ready for strafing mission.
Sniper scout car though doing nothing as well. That is on the other hand not so good. A bit of passive play on both sides. Certainly Nkemdirik could also stand to be more aggressive, or at least, you know, lay down some mines to cover some of those flank points.
Orders. They're being fired upon!
Shock troops holding up against mixed force. Grenadiers being ones taking all the shots as the Panzers close in. Grenade in the path throws a bit too far though. Shock troops getting veteran 2, that is bad news for the Panther Grenadiers, they need to retreat. Not sure why didn't send in the chaps with the MGs and the veterancy. Flank exposed here, dangerously so. Panther forced to deal with this, the flame force going after the mortar, pack exposed. I mean, leaving the flank exposed, no MGs, I know again, serious response to the infantry on the flank until it's too late. Pack here going to get cleared out. Finally forced to send in the veteran infantry, grenade nicely in the path. Quite a bit of nice damage there. Penal troops in a bit of trouble there with the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Comes to advancing here from the front, getting shredded. And there we go, K1 advancing, SN6 is moving up. Firing away there on the Panther. Panther needs to be careful. Pioneers dead. Continue to advance. Might he be stemming up for a Tiger? And we also need here that Nkemdirik is now flooding a lot of resources. Getting an S-35. Veteran 1 for the Panther. Veteran 2 by the way here for the SS-60, increasing damage. And rate of fire amongst other things. Also decreasing the amount of time it actually has to fire another barrage. All barraging. Good job there. Panther continues to lay down the law. Somehow. Despite Blizstolmnik's best intentions. All quiet down there. Should have fire moving up. Again, Scout Car could be doing a bit more. Panther continues to shred away. No pioneers for Blizstolmnik. And if he's going to save up for the Tiger, I mean, he's going that Panther, which again could be, you know, healed up. And get ready for some blitzkrieg tactics, and that way could actually, for example, overwhelm the SU-76s, thus clearing away, you know, the numbers advantage here. He's not going to have that happen right away. We're now seeing a Tiger up, we're seeing the SU-5 moving up. I mean, really now the emphasis is going to be on getting that Panther up and going. I mean, with that blitzkrieg tactics, that would really be his only real chance of hoping to break through here. Making a wreck run here for the MD-42, storming up straight in front of it. Come on, Blizstolmnik. Common sense, common sense. Seem to be getting away with it this once. Also noting eventually too on the KV-1, increasing its damage and rate of fire. Panther slowly moving up there, finding away with machine guns. Getting a few more kills there. Tiger tank advancing for the Faserland. The SS Panzer Brigade Groß getting some support from the second Schwerer Panzer Abteilung. Panther needs to pull back, pull back. Not sure what's moving up the Panzer Abteilung like that, and it moving straight into the satchel charge. What were you thinking, man? Were you not paying attention? Good lord. I mean, you know, at this stage he's pretty much thrown away any chance of victory.
Reinforcements complete.
And right now, just largely Nkemdirik dominating. Barely any resources left. Finally getting some planes, again too late. And now the Tiger simply outgunned in so many ways. SU-76 moving up, just blasting away at that Tiger with the K1. Managing to stun the K1 a bit. Panzer Faust goes off. Trying to balance the Grenadiers, but not quite succeeding. More rounds going down. Recruiting the pack right in front of everything. Firing into the flank of the SU-5. Just firing around the Tiger. Frontally. Barraging. Why isn't he shooting down the SU-5, which is clearly the bigger threat at the moment to the Tiger? Come on. Choose your priorities. There we go, stunning it. But at the same time, the Tiger is not really looking good either. And there you go. Tiger down. Blizstolmnik once more displaying an absolutely gross set of priorities. Gross negligence of priorities. Just going to speed this up. There's not really much left here to show or say.
Yes? What do you want?
Grenades, lots of them. And just lobbing his straight into the advancing. I mean, this is just not good. And there we go. Blizstolmnik rather nicely showing you how not to play the Germans in many ways. Again, you know, how not to use MG42s, how not to react to dual scout cars from the Soviet players, and you know, how not to use your heavy Panzer Corps considering what your opponent has on the field, and how not to use your Panthers. I mean, there's a lot there, really. I mean, that in some regards, Nkemdirik, you know, made some mistakes throughout the match, you know, could easily have returned the game upside down against him, but again, it never happened because, again, it seemed like Blizstolmnik was playing a completely different game. He seemed to be going for a set build order, not reacting to what was going to scout cars. Well, let's best get a flamethrower half track because, oh, wait, no. And of course, the way he used it wasn't really good either. I mean, there were so many problems with his build order, his play. I mean, He barely helped me out for several parts of the time. Exposed flanks, constantly MD42s, not really well handled either. There were so many issues. And also a terrible armour preservation. He barely did anything to sort of preserve his armours. I mean, one Panther up here could easily be saved, but wasn't. The same one here. And he had two Panthers, things could easily a lot different, particularly one with Blitzkrieg, but again, it never happened. It never happened. Again, you know, poor armour preservation. Pull back your armour when it's not looking good condition. Don't be afraid of using Blitzkrieg to get out of there. Just get it out of there, you know. But again, Blizstolmnik never did, and again, he reacted poorly to this. Again, a Pack 40, a scout car with autocannons, a lot of these things could have suddenly done something versus it, but it never happened. And again, also with all that infantry history on Panzer IV would have been a fantastic choice, or the Panzerwerfer. But neither ever happened. I mean, again, another set of huge issues. And then again, when he also had this point, you know, already he had lots of munitions, he could have S-mined, but again, never happened. So, I mean, a lot of problems here, certainly the manoeuvres part was certainly on the larger part of the Germans. I mean, the third play also made some mistakes, but certainly none as grievous or massive. Nice use of the SS-76s, that's for sure. Certainly did a lot of damage with them, and certainly helped against the Panzer against through sheer volume of fire. The K1 certainly helped out there nicely. Nice little K1 SS-76 combo, though the SS-85 definitely wasn't a bad choice. In the longer run, he could stand to be a bit more careful about holding up his forces, but overall, I mean, that's really it as well. And again, it was rather risky with the two scout cars again, and then having absolutely nothing to cover it up. Say no light anti-tank guns, or say from another doctrine, or guards infantry. And again, had his opponent gone for some scout cars, these could easily have resulted in both scout cars wasted, penal troops dead, and the snipers dead. So I mean, there are a lot of dangers right there, and again, that's something you might want to consider in the future. But also, reasonably good use of his doctrine, K1's recon, shock troops. He could have used for the Marussia, or say a B4, and again, you know, also another problem with Blizstolmnik, poor use of his doctrine. No officers, no blitz, only strafing runs and Tigers, and even the strafing runs were a bit questionable half the time. So again, a lot of issues right there, a lot of issues with Blizstolmnik, and also much too passive also several times. And you know, again, had he had even one Panther Blitzkrieg in behind this, he'd certainly have a much better chance. And certainly in that regard, you know, his opponent, that is Nkemdirik, was also very much lacking in mines. Mines really, you know, negated to a large extent the effect of Blitzkrieg and the Panther speed. I mean, had he had that, that would also mean a lot harder. So there are definitely a lot of things that Nkemdirik could work on, but again, you know, mainly Blizstolmnik really needs to get his act together. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned a lot of things from it. Hope you got some ideas, were inspired to play better, or at least not play like Blizstolmnik. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.